Welcome everyone live to ReJect Rundown 216 family. We are here. We are live. Let's go. To my left, it is the producer, the old man, the uncle, whatever you want to be today. Go ahead.
I'll just be old man RJ. Thank you very much. How's it going, Rejects? I am old man RJ, and right next to me is a man so smooth. He's smoother than butter. He's Zach the Mac.
Yeah, it's your boy, Zach the Mac. Zach on the attack. Zach with the good jokes. I don't even know. Never whack. Ever. To the left, I got one of the smartest guys on the team here.
The host that doesn't know the most.
Welcome everybody, it's me, Tony the Kid. I appreciate you guys joining us for our first live show here on 216 The Net, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's appreciated, much appreciated. Now, like we all said, we are the ReJect Rundown. This is our show. Basically, you can find us on Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, as well as Facebook, everybody. So if you guys want to follow us afterwards, after the show, look up, type in ReJect Rundown. You'll see us there.
Don't forget, we just started a TikTok, brother.
That is true. También, TikTok as well. So please join us. Now, first thing on the board, everybody's going to be a cool show. We're going to bring to you guys at this point right now. We're going to go into a show we like to call Let's Talk About It. Generally, this show is going to be based on topics that we as a team like to discuss a little bit about, either movies, going on in sports, or anything like that. This is that type of show. Let's talk about it, everybody. So,
Discussion.
exactly. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for jumping in. Let's get to our first topic today on the board. Warner Bros. Versus Zack Snyder, everybody. Now, some stuff has been happening over there in the movie biz between these two companies. Well, not companies, but between Zack and the major company, or what was Warner Brothers,
Shout out
right?
to the fellow Zach, you know, we love you.
Exactly. So
Shout out
good
to
job
fellow
there.
Zach.
We love
That's
Zach.
right,
We love
exactly.
you.
Now, Warner Media is reported claiming that bots and other inauthentic users boosted the fan-led campaign for Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max. These same bots were also involved with the winning of 2 fan-favorite Oscar awards. Now, if I'm not mistaken, those were well-claimed awards. Am I right?
I think even the Academy said there was no indication of bots at all.
I mean, last time I checked, I'm not a bot, and I watched the movies, you know?
Thank you.
And I was a fan.
Nobody here.
I don't think none of us
I
are
can kill
bots.
the robot, but
Exactly.
I mean, hey, you know.
Don't know. I mean, I might be a bot.
No.
Okay.
But I mean,
He said
it
I
doesn't.
might be
It's
a
like,
bot.
it's like, come on, Warner Brothers. It's like you guys are facing facts that Zack Snyder's Justice League movie was a success on HBO Max. It was a success. So now all this success is getting the fans hyped and happy for this situation that he was in and the rest of the team. But it's like, what excuses can you give us to make this movie like lame? Like, what is that? It doesn't.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Was I a fan of the 4-hour movie? No.
That
I felt like a little bit of...
It did feel like 4 hours. I'll tell
Yeah.
you, it did.
I'll give it to you.
I mean, it felt a little bit longer because I had to push pause. I was like, hold on, man. This is kind of a long thing.
Right, I agree. But it's like, but the 4-hour thing, it's like you take it as like a TV show. If you watch it like a TV show, it's like, okay, boom, you watch it in the set. And the good thing that Zach had it was in segments. This is the intro. This is the, whatever scene that we're going in a section. Then the next, and then the epilogue that we got at the end. Like, that was even awesome.
Yeah.
So
I ain't
it's
gonna
like,
lie.
come on, what other stuff are you going to give us?
Well, the thing is that I believe the problem with Warner Bros. Is they can't admit that they were wrong.
Exactly.
They're
That's
just
the
salty.
problem.
That's what they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big time.
When you have a fan base that's pushed nonstop, after Zack Snyder, what would happen when he got taken away from the project? The fan base said, hey, we saw what he had on
Right.
board. We want it.
Yes. Exactly.
So now all these fans are asking for it. Hashtag after hashtag
Facts.
cosplayers.
They
I mean,
wanna
you had
see,
everyone.
Exactly.
And then finally, we get the movie. The one question I'm asking Warner Bros. And one question I'm going to ask everybody here is, do the bots watch the movie?
That's so true. That is true. That is true.
Listen, I'll tell you one
That's
thing.
facts. That is true.
I want to go watch the Justice League movie. I paid for it. I saw it in theaters.
Oh, God.
I can personally tell you, even though it was a $5 Tuesday, I've never wanted to ask for my money back. Even when I recently went to go watch Jurassic World Dominion, I never asked for my money back.
Yes.
But I can tell you right now, my hand was back here ready to throw my popcorn because I was just so mad because it's been 20 years
Facts.
in my own mind.
Yes.
I've been planning this movie and out of the blue, just
Right.
You just basically destroyed my
Everything
image.
that you dreamed of. You know what I mean? That's the crazy part. Now, that being said, real quick, everybody, the crazy thing is, too, that I didn't know, and that was really cool about the reports, is that Zack Snyder himself actually went to Warner Bros. And asked if he could take off, if I'm not mistaken, also co-producer Goff and Berg are two gentlemen that was involved in the project, because he felt like they were lacklusting in their energy of completing that project. So it goes to show, right when he was already starting to do the movie, he was getting, negative freaking energy back, because it's like, I want to get this stuff done, and these two are slacking. It's like, come on. So he was, expressing that to Warner Media. Warner Media was ignoring all the claims, right? Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden that ended up happening or whatever. Eventually, he got to the point where, yes, they end up leaving, get removed from the project. Thus began the Zack Snyder's Justice League. So that's why we got a good topic there. Now, also, Snyder is also claiming that Warner Bros. Also pulled some strings and saying, hey, man, leverage on the sense of all this stuff or whatever. Like, hey, you put my name out there in my movie to uptick your HBO Max subscribers. So, in a sense, don't sit here trying to point fingers at me about bots or whatever when you're already doing the same thing in media and all of a sudden getting these subscribers and stuff like to your show or to your
HBO Max
service.
deal.
Exactly.
And that's the question I have is HBO Max proved right away. Everyone signed on the minute that Justice League Snyder Cut came over to HBO Max.
Facts. Yeah, so it makes no sense. That makes no sense. So it goes bad though. It goes bad. So now the other thing is too is Discovery is also at this point right now. We all know the merger and all that good stuff. Discovery is actually saying no. We're gonna leave decline any type of comment to the project because they are actually in hype for Zack Snyder. They want his verse, so that's a good thing. So we'll leave it at that. Now moving on to the next topic at hand, everybody. Sony's Spider-Verse spinoffs and the flux. Now I know everybody's looking into these Sony Spider-Verse movies.
A lot.
Morbius just hit theaters, and that was a fail. That was a flop.
Theaters twice.
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 Yes.
Failed twice.
And I missed it twice?
Yes.
I missed it.
They said, hey man, maybe the first try wasn't that good. Let's go for the second try. And sure enough, boom, fail again.
And both times, I think they had really strong competition walking into the movie theaters. You had, I forgot what movies were out during that time, but
what was the competition? Jurassic World Dominion? Because there was no competition there but a bunch of grasshoppers.
I'd rather watch the grasshoppers than Morbius.
But I mean, that's the sad part though. And then the other thing is too is what we're realizing is that Sony is deciding to, we just got her word that Madam Web movies, I guess, evolved with the Spider-Man verse, of course, a big key to that.
Excited for that.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like his own Doctor Strange or his own what do you say? Multiverse witch holder type of thing. Like, I'll take you bucket for places or whatever.
Well,
and yet
that's what she's supposed to do.
Thank you. Exactly. But that movie itself, whatever origin story they're trying to do, got pushed back to July. Well, from July was supposed to be the original release date, but they're moving it back to October 6th in 2023. So that goes to show that the movie is not going to plan. Ain't that good.
So it's going to go from bad to worse.
Yes, just like
Before it even started.
Okay. So yes, that's the bad problem. And I don't like that. Now, the other thing would be with the whole Morbius talk is that Morbius, the actual actor, Jared Leto, right? He actually wants to have whole control of part 2. Saying that, listen, let me have control of part 2 and show you guys something different.
I feel, you know what, he could probably do it. I mean, look what he did with the Snyder Cut version of the Joker.
Facts.
He did better than what WB originally had given him.
True.
Gangster Joker, and then whatever else he came out in later on. I mean,
yes. That is true, though. So, I mean, like, give him a little bit of reign of creative control, in a sense, and then give him some keys and stuff like that. That would be a good thing to kind of head for.
All you have to do is get him a good director, a good writing team.
Yeah.
Someone that actually understands the character more.
Exactly.
If you have somebody who understands the character more, you're bound to get a good project off of it.
Yes. Now, also to chime in with this Sony Spider-Verse or whatnot, everybody, is that we're also, there is a movie coming out soon called Kraven the Hunter. That's a character name in the Spider-Man verse, right? Mm-hmm. But the problem with the Spider-Man verse character, Kraven the Hunter, is that he's not really the hunter. He's the activist. Craven the activist.
I mean,
Everybody.
it's 2022. You got to give, the animals some time to grow, I guess.
So
This
let
is
me
where they're
ask,
going with this
instead
now.
of actually having Fox, he's gonna have faux fur, basically.
Yeah, but
I imagine them in Uggs now instead of
Yeah.
Nah, that's what they're going to
You
do.
know, it's like we're here for the climate control, man.
Right,
we're not
right.
trying to sit there hunt animals.
Obviously,
do
he's
that
gonna be sipping. He's gonna be sipping a Starbucks, huh?
Yeah, exactly. It's
That
a
makes-
very hipster vibe. I can see it.
That makes no sense.
He could be a crime lord hunter.
no,
He could, bounty hunter. He's out there collecting
He's
bounties.
trying to save the
and-
polar bears, man.
I mean, okay, bounty hunter. It maybe makes sense. Maybe it
Because
makes
they're
sense.
trying to make the guy a hero now.
True.
So, how are you gonna make him a hero if he's hunting animals and stuff like that?
I guess.
Well,
Now, I'm questioning this whole Sony stuff too as well because they have other projects that's in the works that makes no sense. So Sony's having this El Muerto with Bad Bunny, everybody. So if you guys are Bad Bunny fans, those out there, please
Hey, shout out.
be warned that Sony is coming out with a movie called El Muerto. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Sorry about my
Probably
Spanish.
not.
Probably
Butcher.
not.
We're good.
But but Bad Bunny's gonna be helming and being the main actor in that movie. So it's questionable what's gonna happen. Bad Bunny does have a great fan base, but him working with Sony, I would be very careful and saying, hey man, let me get some help here and get these proper things. We also have Black Cat in the works with Sony, which is questionable to see what's gonna happen there. But they're also like chiming in with the good success with Venom. Now,
Very
there's
great. Very great.
there's only so much of you could do with Venom to sit there and say let's move on. So it's questionable what's gonna happen with Sony. It's questionable.
But so let me kind of ask you something.
Yeah.
So you know how they're trying to bring in Venom into the
Spider-Verse movie?
no, not into the Spider-Verse, excuse me, into the
Marvel,
Marvel, into the
MCU.
Marvel edition.
Oh, yeah.
So now if he goes into Marvel and people like him better there, then what are you gonna do?
That's the problem.
So that's why, like,
man.
if you're gonna have let's put you have a cameo, right?
Yes.
You only have like a 10-minute cameo.
Yeah.
Which all they
of
had,
Venom in
that's
the
all they
next
do at the end of
movie.
the movies is just like, they don't even show Venom. It's just
Thank
this
you.
little
It's
syndrome.
symbiote.
What I'm trying to
whatever.
say,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
in the
Yeah.
next, in the next Spider-Man movie, you have a 10-minute cameo of Venom,
Facts.
which is better than your 2 movies that you already come out with. What does that say about you as a company?
It's the faith. And this is what I've discussed before back in our own podcast shows and
Yeah,
stuff like
when
that.
we
Is the
started off.
same thing with Sony is that I don't trust their resume. They're really cashing in with this whole Spider-Man stuff, and they're trying to abuse it because that's the only thing that they got in that company to make movies about Marvel characters is said Spider-Man. But it's like you can only do too many solo movies, spin-offs, and any connections in that sense to sit there and say just. Dude, give it back to the Marvel and say, hey, we're going to work with you. Marvel, make these movies for us. Give us a big cut. Give us good credit and say, we got you this character. And then we're going to look even better on our end because we're letting you use this character and let you guys make this character shine. And especially all the other characters that's involved with Spider-Man shine. So it's like, let it be. Right?
I just think at this point what they're trying to do is just trying to keep the pocket for themselves.
Yeah, exactly. They're being greedy, and guess what? It's failing. More, especially with Morbius. They're failing. It really goes to show.
Morbius
All right.
was,
Yes. Now, moving along, guys. Let's move on to the next topic at hand. Marvel may be in trouble. Speaking about Marvel, everybody, lately, these guys has been having some bad repertoire with their FX company, okay? VFX, sorry. Their little special effects company, okay? So it comes to find out that there was an artist by the name, I'm going to butcher his name again, I apologize, but Drove Goville, if that's his name, a worker for an FX company that worked with them, is basically speaking out against Marvel, stating that, he's seen other co-workers break down, cry, in tears, leaving the show and stuff like that, or leaving the company because they're feeling like they're being overworked, that Marvel is such on their case because of all the special effects that they got to do. Yeah. And especially we got the trailer of just recently, if I'm not mistaken, She-Hulk. Everybody was chiming in about her. Why does she look too pale? Why does she doesn't have a lot of definition?
She didn't even look fit at all for She-Hulk. I mean, you're supposed to be the host cousin, and you look skinny, like if you didn't even bulk up at all.
Nope, there's no type of muscle tone. But if you look at the comics, or you looking at other cartoons or something like that, where she made
defined woman in the cartoons and in the comic books, is
but
very
also
detailed.
feminine, right?
Yeah, exactly.
When they were bringing her on, they were announcing her. They were showing like her calf, kind of. Her calf was toned.
Yes.
That's why I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm expecting to see like eventually like you
Right.
Hulk style, and then we get that.
Maybe she bulks up in the series. I don't know. No.
Maybe
she bulks up. You know, maybe
we
get to see her in the gym.
You see the trailer where she does work out. She does work out with the Hulk originally and stuff like that.
They're doing yoga together. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. They're
lifting
boulders.
up cars.
But like, I mean, how long is it? But like, from the Jump Street, it's like, come on, man. Like, you kind of should already being told and looking at this and saying that, FYI, let's tone her up a little more. But
not just She-Hulk. I believe that Marvel and Disney itself, the treatment of how women characters are portrayed in their movies are always been lackluster.
That is true.
I mean, you had more memorable, and I hate to mention DC because we're on Marvel, but you had more memorable moments with DC women than you had with Marvel women.
Especially with Wonder Woman. I'm like, that was a hell of a freaking movie.
Yeah, I mean, even when 89, 92, I think it is, Batman Returns, Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer, when she makes her intro, look the difference between Michelle Pfeiffer and also now, like different. You can just tell the difference of woman empowerment and women's character development compared to over here in Marvel.
That is true. I go with that. That is true. I would have to say about that too as well. I mean, like the other thing with the issue with the VFX companies and stuff like that. What's it called? Go ahead.
Listen,
I'll let you SG3 go right ahead. You're
read
closer.
what our good friend Kent Jones just put. He said, "She-Hulk, did you want The Rock in drag?"
From Saturday Night Live? I remember that.
I mean, at least some type of muscle tone like that in a sense. I mean, you gotta give it that. You know what I mean? But thank you very much for typing in on that part.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, but I mean, you gotta have some type of muscle tone in there, okay? I'm like, there was always a good thing about She-Hulk was that she had that type of built of being a bodybuilder like woman, but also giving that presence of, but I'm still a woman. So I'm carrying the beauty part, and that's freaking fantastic and stuff like that.
Love it. Thank you. Shout out to that fro.
There you go. So that's the best part. And the other problem is the projects, if we didn't really, chime in on that, besides She-Hulk, was that they even had issues with Black Panther and the last fight scene between him and Killmonger. If you look at the special effects, it seemed kind of a little weird. So that was one issue. The other one was No Way Home. I guess there was a lot of issues with Andrew Garfield and his actual appearance, that the whole really weird globe that was going behind him, the little portal that he was coming out of, wasn't fully done.
Well, also, you look like a cartoon character coming into the portal.
Yeah, that whole aspect where he steps out into that was very 3D-ish kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there you go. So it's like,
I mean, they're working hard out there.
I mean, but that's another thing too. Here's the thing about Marvel: is quantity better than quality, right?
I feel that they hurt themselves when they come out with all these timelines.
Yeah, exactly.
When they announce all these movies, like, don't get me wrong, dude, like the Marvel faithful, they're like, oh, dude, this is awesome. DC stepped their game up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, it's like, what are you doing to people who are working behind the scenes, to people who are working on these movies? You're causing them a whole bunch of chaos because it's like, dude, we have no rest because we finish one, we start another. We finish that one, we start another.
Speaking of that, Comic-Con just came about, if I'm not mistaken, right, guys?
Yeah.
So that means that we have, and they just announced Phase 5 and Phase 6 of the freaking of the lineup. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 projects alone for Phase 5. And they're barely about to finish Phase 4, right?
It's jam-packed. It does look jam-packed.
Thank you. Then you got Phase 6. They also partly so we got
sprinkled,
3
like,
there.
hinted towards it. Yeah.
So it's like, dude, like I get that you're being organized, but it's like Marvel, please, like, relax a little bit on that. Take a break. I mean, we were hyped up when they first introduced all the Phase 1 and all that good stuff shows.
So excited.
They were very iconic, right? Yes. And now you took your time with the shows, but now this part going in, you're pressuring a lot of people. Let's be mindful of the people that you're working for working for you.
I just feel like this. It's like that they're trying to satisfy fans.
Thank you, Tina. Oh, real quick. Thank you, Tina. Quality is always way better. So yes, appreciate it. Thank you for the shout out there. Very good. Yes, I agree.
I just feel that at this point, like they're just trying to satisfy the fans.
Yes.
Because at this point, it's just fans just hyping everything up. Like, oh, dude, look at how Black Panther vs. Killmonger look. When are we gonna get this? When are we gonna get that? When it's like. That kind of does create a pressure that it's an unnecessary pressure.
True. Yeah.
And at this point, it would be like, just keep it a secret.
Yeah.
Let the leaks happen. Let everything happen. Don't worry about.
Not too many leaks.
We have.
Not too many leaks.
But I'm just saying, like,
yes, organic can mean too much.
Like what
I
I'm saying
agree.
though, you don't have to announce it almost at every single Comic-Con.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. This is coming out. This was coming this month. This month. This month. This month.
I
This
do
month. You don't have
agree,
to do
yeah,
that.
because
Leave it
everything,
suspense.
every time they drop it in a different city, it's like they're spoiling almost everything. You know, they don't want to give too much away, but it's just not too many spoilers.
Thank you.
I agree.
But leave it. Let it be. Leave the
definitely
imagination.
agree with you.
grow.
That's what the
What they
internet was
did with,
created for. It was
Yeah.
created for speculation. It was created for fan theories.
You gotta
man.
get-
I was
gotta
actually
keep
going to
guessing.
mention that's actually, I believe they did that when they were just starting with the Avengers project.
First one, yes.
Yeah, because we didn't, we were hyped when we saw Tony Stark appear on Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were hyped when we saw,
Nick Fury appear on Iron Man.
yeah,
Mhm.
and then Thor's hammer
Thor's
appear.
Ham- exactly.
So
What's it
it's
called?
like-
The end of. I think that one was Captain America.
Captain America?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
So it's like if we're, when you do something like that, you get the fans hyped already because you're just giving us a little piece of the puzzle.
Exactly, and they can make all the connections. Like this Marvel started this whole trend of post credits after all that good stuff, 1 or 2 or anything like that. But now it's like, yes, expectation is there to give us those, but it's also like let those just come in for imagination afterwards. Just be careful, you know what I mean? Be strategic and be mindful of everyone that comes on board and stuff.
In other words, don't ruin the surprise.
Thank you. Don't
Let,
kill it
let,
too
let
much.
the end credits be the surprise, and it's
Exactly.
like, all right, cool. Now we kind of figured out the next phase or
Yes.
the next move you're trying to do.
Exactly.
Instead of
Captain
basically
America
having,
with- Captain America
thank
with
you,
Thor's shield.
Salve
Thank you
Lobos,
very
we
much.
appreciate it. Yeah, it was
Yes.
Captain America. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, instead of you saying like, oh, okay, cool, so we're gonna have Hulk here, Captain America, and all that. It's just let that be
Let
the
that
next
be.
thing.
Exactly. All right, guys. Now we're moving on to some unfinished business here at the ReJect Rundown. Now, normally,
Let me stand up real quick. I have to go get something very important. To do.
Yeah, okay, so now,
Okay,
as while old man gets what he needs to get, here on our ReJect Rundown, we normally follow WWE, everybody. With that being said,
Buy the shirt.
by the shirt, as you can tell, with Sting, number 1, my main guy, and all that good stuff, this is how I do. This is how I celebrate my guy, Sting. Okay, my favorite wrestler of all time. Now, that being said,
He's all right.
every event we do, we do a wrestling pick of the schedule, and at the end of whoever gets as many picks correct ends up holding that title. All right?
That's
And
right.
that Money in the Bank that previously just went by, we do those picks and we get a briefcase we cash in with extra points, 5 extra points. If at the end of the show we're tied or for some odd reason, we get that briefcase and we can cash it in and get that title. Right? This past Money in the Bank, I was bamboozled out of this Money in the Bank briefcase because this old man kept keying in the corner and we're playing, basically saying, yeah, man, SG3, I think we tied up. I think we tied up. And SG3, thank you for actually being honest.
Yeah,
I think Tony the Kid won. Nah, he's not paying attention right now. He's not even looking at this messages and stuff.
Snakes in
It's
the
all
grass,
good.
y'all. Snakes in the grass.
Literally, there was snakes in the grass that
Yeah.
day.
Exactly.
Well, as I can say, there's a saying, this old man, he played one. This title, he came and won.
He came in and cheated. That's
You
what he
came,
did.
yes, you came and cheated and bamboozled me.
Eddie Guerrero fan if I didn't lie, cheat, and steal.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I
That's
had
a good one.
to lie,
I like
cheat, and
that.
steal.
Get
What
out of
are
here.
you
Yeah.
talking about?
There's the door. Get out of here.
That's good.
So-
Come on. Only facts. Only
Now,
facts.
now, what we're gonna do here because of that bamboozlement, me and SG3 are gonna be questioned by Zach the Mac. We're basically gonna answer these 3 questions, and if me and SG3 get these 3 questions right, we can get that Money Bank briefcase finally.
Hold on.
Tonight.
One of us, not
One
both of
of
us.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of us.
Only one. Only
Only
one
one.
can have it.
So-
Only one.
Can we get the briefcase over here?
Yeah.
Yes, we can get the briefcase. Please handle the briefcase. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Danny,
Here you
do
go.
it.
Zach
Another
the
brother of
Mac,
mine.
hold the briefcase.
Put it right so they
Yes.
both can see it. They both
So,
want it.
my only question is, are we writing this down?
No, just answer.
Shouting it out?
Yep.
All
Both of
right,
you
and let's see who
decide
gets
at
it
the
right.
same time.
Sure.
I don't
All right,
mind.
cool.
Sounds good.
Best man wins.
Best
Pick
man win.
first.
I hope I win.
1, 2, 3. We'll just go with number 1 first.
Zach the Back, read, please.
Question number 1. Which wrestlers have won the briefcase from the original winners?
Wait, what?
That's the question.
That's an old man RJ question. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Ken, for
Word
time.
for word.
So
Okay, word for
there's
word.
a Money in the Bank winner.
Yes.
The person has won it, but he had to put the bank on the line against somebody
Oh.
who beat him for that Money in the Bank briefcase. There's 2 wrestlers who've done it.
Oh, crud. You stink.
So wait, what's the question one more time? Run it to me one more time.
Yeah,
So,
we're gonna let
Money in the Bank,
RJ.
somebody won it, brought it down,
Yes.
but instead of cashing it in, somebody beat them for the case, took it, and they cashed it in later on.
So they
And
challenged.
this only happened twice.
Only advertise? Okay. I would
Twice.
have to say, my thing would be with, I guess the person that won it was, if I'm not mistaken,
Oh,
Albert Del Rio, and then who won that from him was Dolph Ziggler. That's my guess.
You got two
No.
guesses.
If I was to go with one, it's Otis won, but the Miz beat him for the briefcase.
Yep, that's fine.
You stink.
So now, can you guess who the other guy was?
What are you trying to say that is a two-part answer?
Yeah.
So therefore.
So basically, it's for 4 points. You know, at this point.
basically, yeah.
I know. Also go with one more. I'm probably gonna go with Damien Sandow that he lost. He won, but he lost it to Randy Orton.
Actually, it's the Edge. He beat the briefcase from Ken Kennedy.
Dang.
Mr. Kennedy.
But
I
at
still-
C3, you
I
were
s-
right with the Miz though. The second
What?
part of the answer. Yeah.
Bull.
So.
All right.
Oh, I mean, is that 4 clean points though? I
I
don't
don't know.
is that-
Should we ask,
What?
Let's ask Ken.
What the heck?
I'm talking about.
I got my. Thank you.
Doesn't
Thank
count.
you.
I
Thank
agree.
you.
All right, second question.
I see
Zach.
how
Yeah.
it's-
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Second question, pretty simple here.
Uh-huh.
Who has won it back to back?
Who's won the briefcase back to back?
Yes. Who has
Now,
won
is
it
this
Money
male
in
and
the Bank.
female?
Oh, well.
Male or female? If
Male
you
or
could guess
female?
who's climbed up and brought
I
it
guess
down
you get an
twice.
extra point if you can guess them both.
I would have to say Liv Morgan won it for the females back to back, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
I can't tell you. What about you?
Carmella won it for the
I can't
woman.
tell you.
Carmella won it for the woman.
Back to back?
Because they had 2 matches because the first one, James Ellsworth climbed up and gave it to her.
He's right.
And then they
I'm gonna
had
be
a
mad.
match because everyone complained and said that she didn't win because Ellsworth got it, and then she climbed up herself and got the briefcase.
Son of a bitch, I think he's right.
But it's only for one briefcase. I'm talking about this person won it 1 year and then the following year won it again.
So I didn't know I had the women's for that one.
Okay.
How can I mess up that one? Because women's in the bank.
I go with
women's in the
Sheamus.
Sheamus?
Nope.
For the males.
bank.
Damn. Let me see.
I'm gonna go. No, you only get one answer. You
Ah,
already screwed
damn.
yourself over. You already screwed yourself over. What are you
What do you
talking
got?
about?
The
Oh,
world's
man.
waiting. The world is waiting. What do you got?
Edge.
Nope.
No.
The only wrestler to win it back to back is straight Edge, actually.
Oh, CM Punk. Okay, yeah, I knew it was CM Punk.
Damn.
I knew it. Someone
Son of
telling
a-
me big
He's not even with the company no more. Why we gotta add him in the questions and stuff?
That was a
Money
good
in
question,
the
though.
Bank.
That was a good question.
That's a money big question. You're right. Okay, last and final one, I guess.
And the last and final question.
I'm gonna lose.
If
this.
I'm reading this right.
Yeah, you getting the
Who
briefcase.
won the
anyway.
title without pinning the champion?
Who won the title without pinning the
Without
champion?
pinning the champion. That's.
Oh, I got that one. Seth Rollins.
No, because.
Yeah, I won right. Hey, you bet. Yeah, I got that one. All right.
Actually, wait, no. Who was the champion?
Oh, wait.
It was Brock. Brock was champion.
Yeah.
He pinned Roman.
But Brock was champion.
Yeah, he didn't pin the
Yeah,
champion.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, you got
The
it.
second answer would have been Oscar, but yeah, I'll give
That's
it
what
to
this
you.
guy.
Oh.
So that's why I'm like, what? I don't. I guess.
Oh, you know how to spell the name?
Yeah.
I was
I got
at
that
Asuka.
wrong.
Right. Okay.
Okay, what? So yeah, I got it right.
You were
You got
right.
it right.
Okay, so who won the briefcase?
You.
Yeah! How you like that, old man? Wait, right. Yeah, that's right.
Congratulations.
That's right.
By the way, briefcases don't lie.
So wait. Did we talk about I'm gonna cash this in? I gotta wait, or I can cash it in
Whatever
later?
you want to.
If you want to wait until SummerSlam's over, you can
Nah, I'll
cash
wait till
it in on the
SummerSlam's
winner
over.
of
Yeah,
that.
enjoy it. Enjoy your victory. Enjoy
Yeah.
your victory.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
your
I'm gonna
victory.
enjoy
Because
this.
then that means you can
Thank you,
control,
fans.
know.
To my mom, I appreciate you giving me birth. I got this. This briefcase. To my wife, I appreciate your love and your support, babe. I won this, babe. We got it. Woohoo! You know what I'm saying? All right, everybody. Now, that being said, we're moving in to rejects in the booth, everybody. But before we do, we want to give a shout out to
Got
our
to.
sponsor at hand. It is
Man.
Dynasty Barbershops, everybody. That Dynasty Barbershop is a good friend of ours, a relative actually to
Family,
us.
familia.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right, he's fantastic. He's a great barber. As you can all see, all three of
all
our
this guy
haircuts
can
here,
do-
the fades that we got
This guy
came
can
from
do
him.
braids,
That's-
fades, combs, women's
Exactly.
hairs, anything, whatever you need. guy can do it. I'm telling you.
There you go.
He's a magician. He's the only guy I trust to touch the front. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
He's a guy, master at that.
Great stuff, good things. If you guys want to tune in, if you want to see where he's at, please check us out on Facebook and stuff like that. He'll be right there, posted there. So get your haircut and get a special appointment done at Booksy, everybody. Now, let's move it on to ReJects in the booth, everybody. Vince McMahon, first thing on the board. And the topic, Vince McMahon under fire, everybody.
Fired.
Okay?
I mean, technically, don't you mean fire under his ass?
Oh, yeah, that too, yeah. Vince McMahon's under fire, everybody. So now, Vince McMahon is facing sexual misconduct allegations.
The audacity.
Yes. So, bad, but questionable to kind of see what's going to happen with this
Look
poor
at that
guy.
face.
All right? So, I'm not too sure. The money's going up. First, it was 3. Then it was 12. Now it's up to 14.6.
I thought it was 17 at one point.
At 17 now?
Yeah, I think it was, last time I heard was 17.
$17.
Not $17, $17 million.
Yeah, right? No, $17 million, guys, for misconduct
Well, I mean,
allegations.
it makes sense
It should be
because
more,
it's been going on
honestly.
for years. So imagine how many hush money does this
Exactly.
man
Look
have
at
to
the first
give out.
women's ref that came. The first woman ref that came out back in the '80s. So you're talking from the '80s to 2000 and what?
Man, that's just a huge gap.
20
That is just, man.
Don't you remember all the storylines that he was
Yeah.
involved in?
Yeah, I can guarantee you with some of them storylines, they went a little further than just storylines.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Trish.
Trish Stratus.
Trish.
Yeah, Trish Stratus. Stacey Keebler.
But
Sable.
here was the thing. So
Sable.
So let's go back and don't forget, Sable left because of sexual misconduct the first time,
That is
and
true.
then she came back and she's
Openly
the
admitted
girlfriend
why
all
she
of a
was
sudden?
leaving, right? And that was very hush hush about. We're just not gonna talk about that. You know, next show we're just
Well,
gonna.
you know what? Though? Hold on,
Like,
hold on.
what?
Here's my thing though. Linda was in on a lot of these storylines.
Exactly.
And she was like, I'm okay with it. Go ahead. Don't forget the Tori Wilson one. There was one with Tori Wilson where Tori is like, I don't feel comfortable because your family is like right in front of me and they could see all this. Linda was like, go ahead. Even Vince was like, don't worry about it. They're okay with it. And Linda gave the okay.
But just to understand that you have the audacity to do that, and especially to do that in front of your family. Your daughter, your freaking wife, your friends, and all that good stuff.
Your
It's
son.
your
Don't forget
son.
Shane.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
the whole company's
what are
working
you
there.
doing? Like, what do you think you're gonna get away with this? With this whole cancel culture, in the sense like it's kind of happening around now. Like, you didn't really think that we were gonna hear some stuff about Vince. Like, you've been involved in this company for.
I think people have just been waiting for this one.
No, I've been waiting. I have been
I
waiting.
mean, it's been a long time coming. It's definitely been a long time coming.
Don't
man.
forget, Dark Side of the Ring. We did hear a lot.
Oh,
about
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
With Dark Side of the
show.
Ring. If you guys haven't watched that, check
Yes.
that out.
If
It's
you guys
very
haven't watched
great.
that on Hulu,
Yeah.
please watch it. Those is it 4 seasons or 3
think
seasons?
I think 3, right?
3 seasons, if I'm not mistaken, of Dark Side of the Ring. In some part of those episodes, if you guys watch those are really good documentary type of style
Especially
of
the
shows.
Jimmy Snuka one.
That
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
especially that one,
Just-
where something about his involvement and it's done something behind the scenes, a hush hush, and let's not talk about
It
it.
just
among
like
the
makes
things.
the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. It's just
Especially
like, man,
old
like,
mans,
what?
you know what I mean?
You're
Especially
talking-
Yeah,
You're talking. I mean, but not just that though. The Owen Hart one. You're
Yeah,
talking
Owen
the
Hart,
the
yeah.
Macho Man one.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
talking the what was another one? Chris Benoit. May he rest in peace.
Yeah,
rest in
true.
paradise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Even
There's just,
though most people are not a favorite of his, we still gotta give respect and rest in
it's
peace.
true.
Yeah.
What was another one?
A couple of them, man.
Who else? Oh, go ahead. Read that.
So
Miss
you know-
Ebony Woods.
Ebony
Oh,
Woods,
that's
yeah. Wrestling
okay.
storylines way different from when I was growing up. Ain't that the truth though?
That
Yeah.
yes, yeah,
Definitely
agreed.
different.
Agreed. It's
But
a
you-
whole
It
lot
is.
different.
But you know what though? It's so if you look at it, when Vince bought the company from his dad, Vince was like, all right, cool. Look, you made this $1 million company. I'm
Yeah.
going to make this $1 billion, and he brought in storylines.
Facts.
He brought in something that his dad didn't do because his dad was just pure wrestling. He's like, look, let me go ahead and make some scandals.
Yeah.
Miss Elizabeth with Hogan and Macho Man. You know,
Dang.
look at and then later on with Lex Luger. Like, you know, look at all them storylines he brought in that really just hyped up the company to what it is right now. To the company having what events and stadiums right now. SummerSlam is going on. Don't forget to watch SummerSlam.
FYI, yeah, SummerSlam. We're gonna be
On-
follow up on us. We gotta do some pictures about that too as well. So we got that going on.
I'm
But
clear.
yeah. Yeah. So hey, go ahead with the title. I'm gonna think that's right. But anyways, but yes, like you were saying.
And that's again, they're doing stuff at stadiums. They did WrestleMania at a stadium. They just did Money in the Bank at a stadium. They just did look at Royal Rumble at a stadium.
Oh,
You
that's
know?
true.
Yeah.
So it's like I think for them to where they are now, it's just that even though, yeah, he is under fire, he did some things that were incorrect. You know, I'm not going to sit here and praise the guy about it, but I will praise him in the business side. Because if it wasn't for his mentality,
changed the game. You're right.
For him changing the game, where Andy Kaufman, would he have been as big as he was if it wasn't for his involvement with Jerry the King Lawler?
Andy Kaufman wasn't around Vince's reign. I think it was under Vince Sr.'s reign.
Jerry Lawler talks about Kaufman.
Really?
Yeah, there's a couple of our episodes where he says, dude, I'm coming after Kaufman. Kaufman can't touch me. Kaufman's not ready for me. So then, at this point, where would Andy Kaufman have been on the decline of his career had Jerry Lawler not brought him into WWE?
Well, true. Oh, speaking about that, Kent, thank you for dropping that one. Vince paid more in hush money that he did for WCW.
Wow.
Hold on, wait. Was that more than WCW and DCW, though? Probably was.
Guys, it's a good thing to kind of figure out and see for sure. I mean, like, you got to be honest though. Like, for him to kind of go about that and do that stuff, it goes to show like what really happened with these women. And it's like this is kind of telling a story right now, because it's like if these women are not so much coming out and about really with their names,
still scared to talk about it, still not even confident to admit it, but
it goes to show that you two were involved in something extreme to the point where it's like this is why you had to step down as he's a CEO and chairman at the company, where the board is
head of creative
and the board is telling you like, hey man, we're listening to all these stories that are happening with these women. Everything's coming onto light. We're getting it before it's going out to media. You are one bad dude. You gotta go.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And that's something. I don't know. That's really creepy to kind of figure out what's gonna happen with all this stuff, whatever.
The truth will set you free. It's gonna come to the light. It is. It's all gonna come to the light eventually. It's just, you gotta. I think they're aligning their ducks, if you will. You know what I mean? Just building that case, because there's no way that's gonna. There's no stone that's going to be unturned, basically. That's what they're trying to. I think they're trying to get together.
Totally with you.
Well,
now,
hold on. Let me kind of add this. Now, remember, there's been a lot of women that have gone through WWE as wrestlers, who had storylines, who were let go for whatever reason. And they didn't come back. Again, quote unquote, for whatever reason.
Exactly.
And they didn't come back. Can we, as fans, basically sit here and say, well, because again, we are throwing names out there without knowing.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to sit here and say, you know what, this person for sure guaranteed, this person, the fellas on Let Me Tell You Something, brother, say he still is majority owner. He is majority owner, and that's something I've told them actually.
Go ahead, chime in on that part. He's still the owner. Yeah, go ahead.
So
chime
he's
in on
still
that.
his owner because, again, either until the man dies or until Stephanie and Triple H finally buy him out, he's still going to sit back. He's basically being a billionaire at this point. If you guys think about it, he's finally being a billionaire, and what he's doing is, you know what? I have employees. Let my employees work for me. All I got to do is sit back. I collect my checks until the day I die, and I ain't got nothing else to do.
Must be nice.
You guys don't like me for what I was saying, for what I did, for what I ran the company. Guess what? My employees are going to run my company. I'm going to get paid, and I'm okay with that.
So even in a sense, he's not even scared of what happened. In a sense, this guy is back at home laughing at everybody else, especially this whole situation is about to happen with his allegations. He's laughing like, you guys are really having a fun time looking up on my stuff. But guess what? I'm sitting back here still getting paid big bucks, and I'm going to be relaxed and let y'all do my job for me. That's fine.
Kenton Jones never missed taking advantage of a good scandal. And
exactly. Exactly.
And at this point for him, it's like, hey, this is all money for me.
Exactly.
You know, like I said, since the 90s when he was claimed a billionaire, I think because he wanted to leave this to his kids.
Yeah.
Even in the 90s, I believe he was actually under a scandal because of steroids with some of his wrestlers.
Yes, correct.
Probably himself as well.
I mean,
come on, man. Men's health right now is over. These are like this and stuff. He got muscles coming out the back of him that make no sense. Like, who has muscles like that coming out your back?
Especially his age.
Yeah.
And then don't forget though, what Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump, when they had him test for steroids, what did he say? I'll test when Triple H tests.
Oh.
Triple H never tested.
Oh, that's true.
So let's not forget that one. So yeah, around the 92,000 when all the big guys had the steroids and they were using them, he was the one that exposed it. He said, "Cool, I'll take the needle test if he takes the needle test, which is your son-in-law."
Right.
Oh, he's not. Okay, cool. So I don't have to take it myself.
That's true.
Then it became
Now that
absurd.
kind of goes to show, and the big question, Mario, what does this mean for the future of WWE? Oh man.
The future is looking bright at the moment because Stephanie and Triple H have taken over.
That's true.
And if I'm not mistaken, Monday Night Raw on the show, I didn't watch it per se, but there was a lot of positive reviews on what happened on Monday. Also, what happened on Saturday. The first match on Friday Night SmackDown, was Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. I actually watched that fight with my son, and we were in awe of what was going on between these two wrestlers. It goes to show that they're in it for the big haul. They're in it for the run. They're going to make a statement and say, listen, we have finally been waiting for the time for us to have reign of the company and of the shows, and this is what we're going to do. This is the product we're going to give you fans have been asking for the last 15 years now.
25 years. What you need 15?
Yeah.
I was getting some kind of credit.
We've been begging for this since WrestleMania 20. This is what now?
Tony the
20,
Kid, Tony the Kid just didn't want to show his age there. It's all right.
Hey,
Right there. It's okay.
hey, man, they don't even know my age. He's the old man.
Are you sure about that one though?
Yeah, he's the old man. I'm coming this way with that.
Don't worry, I was still trying to, progress everything. I was like, wait, what is he talking about?
That's why Tony the Kid cuts his hair on the sides and stuff like that. 'Cause that hides the gray hairs and stuff, man.
That's because he's been hanging out with me too much.
Yeah, way a little
That
too much.
Age starts rubbing off.
Facts. So it's like, it goes to show. I mean, thus far, what have you seen the shows at least a little bit?
Not the shows, but I watched SummerSlam and I saw what big change has happened already with just Becky and Bianca opening the show, and their match was just spectacular compared to what they'd done before.
Yeah.
Not just that, but the surprises were more than what you would expect to see as a surprise at a show like this.
Exactly.
The best part though was Triple H said when they were talking about the surprises, he literally went on Twitter and said, "And this is just the beginning."
That just hypes you up. Like,
That
that
just
hype you up.
That just sends you like goosebumps down your arm. If you're a wrestling fan, this is like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
This is the moment where he told Tony Khan it's time to play the game.
honestly, yeah, he did. Actually, you know
Yes.
I believe when he
That
told
wasn't good.
I believe when he told Tony Khan that was when Seth said, "Whoever bought a ticket to see me wrestle is not going to see me wrestle because of mishaps, which were caused by him." But he's not going to admit that.
That is
and
true.
then no one's going to hear me. Triple H right away came out and said, "I hear you." That's when he told Khan, "We're playing the game now."
Yeah. So that means at this point right now, what AEW is happening over there, if I'm not mistaken, or this is what's happening in the media right now, is that some in the audiences, there have been a few times where people have left in the middle of the show at AEW. So I don't know how truthful that is just yet, everybody.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But that's something that's kind of running around the circle a little bit here. And that just goes to show that I think everyone who was ever hyped up about AEW is like, all right, now we got some competition again. Now we got the WCW versus WWE, ECW type of standard because you still got TNA and Ring of Honor or whatever in the mix. And it takes, 3 of those companies to tag team with each other against WWE? Like,
You know what? I think Seth Rollins, when he told Cody in their match, "Welcome back to the big leagues," that was a shot. Like, if you look at it, since Cody came in, WWE has done nothing but throw shots at AEW.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Kevin Owens with the pose of the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins right off the bat. "Welcome back to the big leagues, bitch." That one.
That's
just
hard, man.
All those right there. It's like, dude, it's shot after shot after shot after shot, and it just keeps coming.
Yeah.
While the only thing Khan has done, and kind of in retaliation, has been to say, "I'm now the biggest name. I'm now the biggest name in this in this industry." When Vince finally retired.
Yeah.
Like when you and I were on, let me tell you something, brother. We brought it up.
Shout out to those guys.
Shout out to those guys.
If you guys
Tim
tune
and
in,
Tom,
shout out.
Second and fourth Tuesday of every month.
Exactly. Here on 216 The Net, let me tell you something, brother. There's also another wrestling show that comes on here, and they have a really good platform right now at this point, and it's fantastic. So tune in over there, watch them about if you want to go more in depth about wrestling, a little bit more details besides
Awesome
us.
energy. They got awesome energy, yo.
Exactly. So good job there, guys. But yeah, go ahead.
And we talked about Forbidden Door, the AEW New Japan promo.
Event. Right. Yeah.
And a lot of fans were saying, y'all made New Japan look completely weak.
Yeah.
You guys made New Japan look irrelevant. You guys made them look like, unless they were on the tailcoats of your guys, they were meant nothing.
Yeah. That is true. I mean, like it was the same thing what we said about WCW and WWE when they did the whole so-called storyline when they were facing each other, and it's like WWE really ran the whole ropes with all that stuff.
The only thing they had that kind of worked out good with WCW's like storyline was that Stone Cold was pretty much their champion for WCW for a while.
Exactly.
But I don't blame Vince for that. I mean, most of the wrestlers that could have came over didn't come over. They got to stay home.
They were getting
paid.
Exactly. Goldberg was getting paid. Hulk Hogan was getting paid.
He was getting paid.
The big timers were just sitting there. Yeah.
Scott Steiner was even getting paid. I mean,
in.
they were just staying at the crib and relaxing. My guy Sting, especially. It's okay, man. It's all right, man. I mean, you had your moment in WWE. It was all good. This is a WWE official shirt, so I got you, man. I got you. Thank you, actually, old man, for getting this shirt for me. I appreciate you.
Your birthday, I forgot.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah.
So that goes to show there. Now, also, too, does this also explain on the reason why XFL was sold to The Rock? Is there a good behind the reason to all this?
No, I just feel that Vince, there's moments where Vince kind of tries to prove that he is untouchable, and that anything he touches turns to gold.
Yeah.
So I feel that he tried to do the same thing with this. Is like, look, man, you know what? The NFL, unfortunately, is not becoming flag football before we realize it. It's no longer the NFL we grew up with.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to give people what they really want. Kind of just throw a little bit of a twist in there.
That's facts.
And so he did it. It wasn't what he expected. He realized he lost more money than anything, and he walked away from it. And then he said, you know what? This is a guy who the people are loving with everything he touches. Because literally everything the man touches turns to gold.
It's money. It's big money.
He literally saved the Fast and the Furious franchise. Let's be honest there.
I agree with you there. If it wasn't for The Rock popping in on Fast and the Furious, that freaking series would have died. And this goes to show the reason why he's not tuning in for Fast 10. He's like, I'm stepping out of this one. So it's like ridiculous.
This is so bad that they had to have John Cena come in.
Thank you, exactly. And even then, they really couldn't see him there. You know what I mean? So it's like,
he was in the movie?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I thought some other villain there. You know what I mean?
Hold on, wait.
It's all good.
This is for you, for my good friend Kent Jones. He said Sting is so old he's collecting Social Security.
I mean, he is in a sense. He's over there popping up on the freaking AEW with a T-shirt on. I'm here, guys. I'm here. Let me come down the ring. Hold on, everybody. Let me come on.
Before you realize he's gonna come with Walker.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually,
come on.
No.
Speaking of which, though, I'm going to give a shout out for this. It's not on here, but I'm going to give a quick little shout out. Tomorrow, I believe it is Ric Flair's farewell match. Finally. You know what? Yeah. You know what? Farewell match.
This farewell match. Like, it doesn't make no sense to me because, like, wasn't your farewell match supposed to be with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels, TNA, AEW.
Like,
But what I've heard before about Ric Flair is that he didn't want to go yet.
but still,
Listen, you
Kinda
may
like
not.
Sting though. Sting didn't want to go either. He wanted to continue fighting, and they
he had
forced
one
him
more
out.
match in him, though. The thing is that Sting had one more match in him. That one more match would have been with Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. But no. Who was behind the not yet type of mode? It wasn't Undertaker himself.
It wasn't Sting.
It wasn't Sting.
No.
So that goes to show, Vince, that you, again, creative control, effed up a WrestleMania moment. I'm sorry.
Beautiful WrestleMania moment.
Because he had a hell of a match with Triple H. You can't tell me that match with Triple H at WrestleMania 30 wouldn't have been badass even more if that was with
actually
Undertaker.
31.
Huh?
31.
No, it was 30.
No, it's 31.
It was 31? Goddamn, don't correct me during the show, man.
Fact check.
Damn, no, just wait till after, man.
Fact
Correct
I
me
think
during
he
the
had
show.
me here.
I'm
Well,
done.
actually,
I'm out.
Let me.
I'm
done.
That's
That's why I'm getting that title.
you here.
That's why I'm getting that title off your damn shoulder today. That's what I'm saying. That's what
You're technically getting off of mine.
Yeah,
He might be
After
winning
this, after this. That's
Because
fine.
I haven't lost a match.
Okay, that sounds good.
First perfect card.
This guy
I'll have y'all know. First
over
perfect
here.
card.
Shout out SG3. I
Okay,
hate you.
it's all right.
But yeah, anyways, that was even better there. Now, just keep in mind, everybody, that Vince McMahon is going to have an HBO type of real sports. I guess they're working on a project about him. All right, so that's going to be interesting to see what HBO Real Sports does with Vince McMahon's storyline. Going to be very interesting to see. But we also got to remember that Netflix actually dropped their special on Vince McMahon, which doesn't make sense.
What?
Exactly. Wouldn't have that not been a good show
What?
on
Because-
Netflix?
Yeah, that would have been great.
Well, it
Thank
depends on what they had on Vince.
Oh, they had a lot probably.
Yeah.
Or
And then for them to cancel.
Depends if Vince probably threatened to sue.
Damn, hey, and everything he
Yeah, that's a
touches
good
turns
point.
to gold, right? No.
No, I mean, at this point, hey,
That's a good point.
it could taint his image.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, his image technically to us as fans is tainted 100%.
Already.
But I feel, though, that it's deeper than what we expect.
Yeah,
I
but
just,
now,
I literally think with everything coming out right now, this is just a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
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 And
True.
when I say the bucket, I mean the ocean.
That's true. That's true. All right, guys, moving along. Everybody, we talked about XFL just a minute ago. Now we got to get into the other topic at hand because it's another sport about to pop in. It's exciting for all four of us because we do follow this sport. NFL is upon us, everybody. NFL.
Yeah.
Preseason is start. Did it start?
August
starting soon?
4th.
August 4th coming up, everybody. It's gonna be fantastic to see.
let's go.
Alternative jerseys have been popping out.
They look nice.
Have been showing
Don't
to
start
the
with me.
world.
Don't start with me.
I like
been-
them. I
and been-
like them.
We've been a little bit excited to see these, alternative jerseys.
Not all of them, but I like them.
SG3 especially and I were excited to see, hey man, can Chicago Bears finally give us a badass jersey?
Everyone's
a
saying this jersey is a damn helmet.
and
I
a
have.
helmet también. Like, can't we get something
También.
cool? Like, we had some good pictures and some fan-made helmets, and we're like, hey, this is gonna look pretty dope. You get some type of cool image. But what does Chicago do?
They gave you
That
something
they
special.
do
I mean,
best.
look at their
They
jersey.
copied the Cleveland Browns. I need you to understand that they copied the Cleveland Browns and put a C on it and claimed it their own.
We just need to rattle them up a little bit. That's all.
But it doesn't. Okay, if you fans ever see, if you look on there and you type in on Google Chicago Bears alternative jersey, and you see the at-home helmet, all you see is a bright orange goop and with a C that's like outlined on it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that there's no artistic mind in anybody that works for the company to put some type of bear face, bear claw on the helmet and make it look cooler?
I would have loved the bear claw.
The
You know what I
claw
mean?
would have been
I'm
nice.
like, come on.
Or more so a paw.
Oh, look.
Brother,
yeah.
Kent Jones is showing us the helmet. There it is on screen if you can see it.
I
It
wonder
looks
if we can-
horrible. It looks ugly.
It
You
looks,
said it looks horrible.
it looks
Exactly.
horrible.
Look,
I wish
and
there
then
was the fan helmets too. It'd be nice to see some fan art to see what they would have loved to have.
There
But
was-
that's what I mean. Okay, this is what that's. Thank you for bringing that up, oh man, because that's where my mind is going with this. It's like, you mean to tell me that Chicago, you couldn't have reached out to your local schools, your local universities,
That would have been great.
and said, hey, this is a project. If you guys have the best design of a helmet, we are as the Chicago Bears are gonna put that on our team helmet, and your helmet will be used for the alternative jersey this season.
how about also give the school money?
A donation.
that
You
would've
mean to
been
tell
nice.
me Chicago Bears you couldn't come up with that?
No,
No,
apparently
hold on.
not.
This is the thing that gets me mad. This is the thing that really, you know what? I'm gonna use a family guy quote. This one really grinds my gears. They come out with some alternative jersey for a jersey that they've used before.
Yeah, they
they've
definitely-
used the color
they-
orange
yeah.
so many times it's not even alternative anymore.
That's true. I
You
agree with
have the Saints went black.
Yes.
The Arizona Cardinals went like a mauve.
Yeah.
They went different. People are going different colors with this uniform.
Correct.
And instead, the Bears are going to just say, you know what, we're going to recycle something and we're going to call it new.
Recycle.
It literally
The worst part
upsets
is
me.
even the players who were like looking at the jersey, they look at the helmet. You
Yes.
can tell they're questioning why me.
Yeah. That was
Actually-
Roquan Smith.
you know
Roquan's
what?
the middle linebacker. He's looking at the helmet like, really? Really, Chicago? This is the best you can give me to put on in this picture, and you want to use me on this freaking platform? I'm out. That's why he's not coming. He's not showing up yet.
No, they
And mandatory camps.
No, they are holding him out
They're holding him out.
because
Why?
he hasn't signed.
Oh, Lord.
So the Bears themselves are saying, we're not going to have you until you sign.
Whatever,
But
man.
then Roquan has said, y'all haven't given me a lucrative deal where I can sit here and say, I'll sign.
Whatever.
You guys have not shown me any interest at all.
Whatever.
I mean, who's that guy? No, I'm just kidding. No.
Yeah. Now, speaking of that, although Chicago Bears, FYI, everybody, they said no to the dome. Chicago decided to offer a dome project that I think the Bears wanted, years ago?
20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Yeah, dome over the whole
Chicago
stadium.
showed, a good glimpse of what the stadium could look like. And
Lori Lightfield, so basically here's the story. Lori Lightfield showed everyone this is the idea I have. Mm-hmm. We're going to use a combination of the Minnesota Vikings Stadium and then Ford Field. Mm-hmm. And this is our concept, and this is how we're going to run with it. Mm-hmm. And we're going to bring it to 70,000 fans.
Facts.
Cool. So you're going to go back to the original number you had, because back in 2003, when you did the upgrade, you actually shortened the field by 9,000. And then on top of that, you're finally going to give us the dome we've been wanting, because, let me quote you, go ahead, girl. When Lori Lightfoot heard that the Chicago Bears had bought the park in Arlington Heights, she literally got on microphone and said, "We don't want these bears because these bears hibernate in the winter. We want bears that are going to play in the winter, that in January they're going to be on the field, not at home." And now all of a sudden you want to sit there and say, "Hey guys,
horrible.
This is what we have for you." Did you realize the fact that your pockets were going to get affected because they weren't going to be there anymore?
Right.
Yeah.
That's why you're reaching out to the Jaguars now?
What is that, Chicago?
Drop the bomb.
Are you kidding me? You're going to sit there and try to... That's another thing that dropped in the social media recently, everybody, is that there is a rumor about Jaguars possibly being relocated to Chicago, since Chicago's going to be... The Bears themselves are going to be relocated to the Arlington Heights location. And you're going to tell me that makes total sense in the name itself? Chicago Jaguars? Or really? Or Jaguars, whatever you want. How you ever will enunciate is a whole different thing.
Actually, come on, man. So someone, I looked up on social media. And they actually came up with a logo for the Jaguars where it showed the Jaguar with the Chicago colors on it instead of it being like a regular Jaguar color. Excuse me.
Does that make sense, though?
Absolutely not.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. The dumbest thing, Chicago. You guys are making horrible decisions right now with your team, and it doesn't make any sense.
But you know what, though? I could see them why they're actually reaching out to the Jaguars, because
they want to keep a team at a social field.
Hold on. Besides that, but I think, though, if you look at it, the Jaguars have rebuilt themselves this season. They're getting role players. Yeah, they're getting a bunch of role players, but they're getting role players that could actually do something. We'll see what they do there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and say the fact that they're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Let's not. Yeah.
But you know what? They'll win more Bears. They'll win more games than the Bears this season. I can guarantee you that.
Let's go Bears. Step it up.
Sadly, I agree.
If they do get the Jaguars, that means that we're gonna get the Khan family over here, right?
Back again, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Which means, me being a wrestling fan, I believe I'm gonna get AEW All Out at the Jaguar Stadium.
I mean, that makes sense.
If they do that, I'm cool with it. I'll
go about Chicago
all out.
That is true.
I'm trying to win in both sides here.
The good thing about Chicago in that sense, that you brought that up, is that we can finally get some type of cool-ass events from wrestling, in a sense, coming to Chicago and bringing something like fandom-wise.
You know what? From my soccer fans, we're gonna get the Mexican national team a lot more here. I can guarantee you that.
And just to let you know, I am the champion. That's why I can do this.
Whatever, man. That's just only for 2 more seconds after the show.
After this show, you're out.
Yeah, thank you.
So go ahead and flash it all you want, because after this one, you're out.
Chiming in real quick, Madden ratings, SG3. What did you have about that Madden rating stuff? What's going on with that?
So people have been complaining about Madden ratings because of teams. Because
Madden, if you guys don't know, is an NFL video game.
It's a video
for those
game.
gamers out there, everybody. So if you guys will do that, go ahead.
I want to just say that they have come out with some ratings. People are questioning them.
Yeah.
They have the Honey Badger as the #1 safety in the NFL.
Okay.
They have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Is that true? No.
They have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with the 92 overall rating. The only team, by the way, in the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone else, including the Super Bowl champion, the Los Angeles Rams, at 88.
Lord Jesus.
So, and then our Chicago Bears are 78. We're the 7th lowest team on this rating.
I mean, I can't be mad at it because it's like I'm not expecting them to be at friggin' 90s or nothing.
I mean, definitely not.
Definitely not.
I can expect an 80, you know?
No, pushing it.
Let's round up.
I'll just say like this. They also came out with an 800 number. I don't think that was a genius move. Because
that number is going to be used a lot.
So within the first hour, from what I've been reading, 1,000 calls reported to this call center.
Really?
Complaining about the ratings.
I did retweet this on the ReJect Run on Twitter though. I did, the number changed. Yeah, so that's crazy that many people called. That's wild.
It was 1,000 people calling. I don't know how many employees they have, but y'all may need to revamp that structure and get some people there.
Very true. Now, speaking of NFL in that sense or whatever, Zach the Mac, what team are you actually excited for to see the most, besides the Bears of our home team, of course, or whatever, thinking that's going to have a good shot this season? What team you got?
I'm actually excited to see the defending champs this year. I want to see if they can, the Rams, man, the defending champs. I want to see if they got it in them to go for a repeat. Yeah. They got a good cast, man. They got a good team, defense and offense. And they got one of my favorite defensive players, and that's my boy Aaron Donald. So if he can get another one, man, that'd be nice.
That makes sense.
I think, and their quarterback, he's got it in him. He can definitely
That ring
do
though?
That ring though? Oh. It was
No,
nice.
dude,
It was a nice ring.
Well, you know what? Hold on. First, let's talk about the fact that they snubbed the city of St. Louis.
Yeah, they did.
They only have one trophy.
Mm-hmm.
They technically have two in the history of the team, but they only have one in the ring.
Yeah. That's crazy. Let's see. What about yours? What about your last team before we clock it out right now?
I'm gonna say two teams. Number one from the AFC, I want to see the Bills. The Bills this season have been really.
You think Josh Allen? You think Allen's got it?
Josh Allen's a good shot, man.
And don't forget they just picked up. They just picked up Von.
They did.
Okay.
They just picked up Von, and then NFC.
Y'all just gonna forget Steelers with Trubisky in there?
Oh, come on, dude. That's your boy. That's your boy.
Get out of here.
That's your boy.
So you know what's the kid's looking forward to.
Bro, you know what though? NFC wise, I want to see what the Packers do without Devontae Adams.
Okay, that's true. That is true. Well, it'll be a good shot out to see. All right, peoples. So, ReJect.
Hold on.
Before we cut up,
What are you looking forward to?
Man, let me see.
Got to hear Tony the Kid,
Why don't you get your boy Mahomes?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually interested to see what's gonna happen with Oakland Raiders.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry. It's weird
how
to
about
say.
the whole division?
That's why, the whole division is pretty stacked at this point right now.
Yeah.
But that's one team that I'm actually really wondering to see what it's gonna be like this season with them. Like they're gonna have something set up, everybody. So it's gonna be pretty dope.
And obviously TB12, you guys know he just got Julio Jones on the
yeah,
Bucks too.
That's good.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, just drop that. Just sprinkle
But
that
thank
in
y'all
there.
for tuning in here at the ReJect Rundown, everybody, for our first live official show here at the 216 Net. We thank you, as always, for tuning in, and please tune in for more for the other shows here on the network. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to have a lovely season, everybody. We appreciate all of those who have been watching. This is me, Tony the Kid, signing off. Old man, and we'll start with you first to say goodbye to the peeps.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching our. Thank everybody for just being on our show today. I know I stumbled a little bit.
Excited.
Go ahead, Zach the Mac.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening in. Thank you for all the commentary. Thank you for all the love. We love y'all. You know, this is where you can find us now. We're stationed here. We are stationary. There's more to come. All right, make sure you follow us everywhere. You guys know my favorite saying, follow us in public if you can, all right? Pass it over to SG3.
All right, guys, I'm going to take it home. Want to say thank y'all for tuning in. Want to say thank you to Ken for giving us the comments, for being here with us in the studio. Want to say to everyone who took the time to comment, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all.
Facts.
To my little brother, Danny Do It, for giving us a briefcase, we appreciate you as well.
Thank you, Danny.
Want to say once again, we're here, we're live, we're going to stay here. We appreciate y'all. Have a good night.
Everything with steering. Can't stop the spirit when they need you. Mom and pops are happy when they feed you. J